Alright, got a neat little gel test video for you here today, and this is actually my first official 357 Magnum gel test. I did slip a little bonus test in on the Rossi R92 I tested a while back at the end, but it wasn't really an official gel test video. But this is definitely my first with a pistol, so I was sort of impressed with the results from these, especially these Blazer brass here. We'll go over the bullets here in a second. In the review video, shooting these two on the recent review video of this Taurus 605 Defender here. This one's a tungsten Cerakote with the wood grips. Super hard to find this combo. Finally snatched one up. And if you want to check out that review video, I'll put a link in the description to that. But off camera at the end, I was also doing gel tests that day, and I had some used blocks. You know, I had bullets all through them. So off cam, I just sent one of each of these in there, and I was actually really impressed with the results. So I wanted to make a video of that. So that's what we're going to do here today. So I'll throw up the advertised velocities here, but if you want to see the actual results I got through this 3-inch barrel here. So through this 3-inch barrel here, the CCI, I got an average of 1,028 feet per second, which is equating to 371 foot-pounds of energy. And then with the Federals there, it's getting an average of 1165, which equates to 476 foot-pounds of energy. So their stated velocities are obviously tested from a longer barrel. Not sure on the barrel length, but we actually still got really good results out of this 3-inch barrel, even though it's coming in both of them like 100 feet per second or more slower than advertised. Well, there's an up close look at those for you. So there's the soft point of the Federal, if I can get it to stay focused, and then the jacketed hollow point of the CCI Blazer brass. So I'll be using my Knox 10% ballistic gelatin here today, and freaking dog hair it looks like. BB calibration today is coming in at 2.95, so right at the threshold for the minimum amount of penetration. Basically, if we came in a few millimeters shorter, it would be like 11% ballistics gelatin instead of 10. But so we are within calibration. We're just on the very bottom end there. And the off cam I did was in bare gel, so I'm going to replicate that here. But depending on how tore up these get, I got 4 layers of denim there too. I'll probably do it regardless, but after these first 2 shots, it might be a little hard to see what's going on when we do the denim test there. But it would be nice to know if that hollow point will still expand through the denim. So first up, we'll do the Blazer brass jacketed hollow point, and then the Federal soft point. All right, move around to the other side, and we'll take this Federal soft point here, and then we'll check them out. All right. Came in a little higher than I wanted to with the Federal, but we're still in the block there. So, and yep, that's what happened last time. And if I was thinking, I would have brought like some jugs full of water, although it's kind of cold for that. Probably would have just frozen, made a giant mess, and then I wouldn't have been able to fold up my table because it would have been encased in ice. Again, it's like 24 degrees out here. But there's the CCI with the jacketed hollow point, and that's the reason I was impressed. In the review video, I think I might have actually got another inch or two from that shot. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot I said I did it off camera in the review video. So I mean, that's about right. It might have went a little further in the off cam one, but I was just impressed that it performed as well as it did from that short barrel. So I'm like, man, look at that. If you sent that through a 5-inch or a 6-inch, let alone a 16-inch lever gun or something, you're gonna have an even larger cavity than that. And so if that's the case and it expands less, I'm gonna have to get a a lever gun and try this later down the road. So yeah, a longer barrel, I would imagine you get even more expansion, which would give you more devastation up here, but slightly less penetration. And then out of a lever gun, who knows? And then this Federal here, I was really impressed with this Federal because, again, lowish velocity from that 3-inch barrel. And I don't think it's expanding, or certainly not expanding very much, because it just zips right through 24 inches of gel there. But what impressed me about that, considering there's little to no expansion, is not only the penetration is awesome, but it still leaves a pretty nasty wound channel there, considering you're not getting really any expansion. So that would be a great barrel load. And I'm thinking, again, through a lever gun, where it would have increased velocity, you would get a little bit more expansion from that soft point. So your cavity would be even bigger, but because it's not going to fully mushroom out like a hollow point does, you're still going to get really deep penetration. So that's why I'm really liking these rounds, because I'm seeing the results from the 3-inch barrel here, and I'm just blown away thinking what they would do in longer barrels. So again, it's about 24 inches a block there. See it, 22, 23, basically 24. I think I got that actually sticking out of here there. Plus if you come in lower, because it's a little tapered, there's 24 inches overall. But on this jacketed hollow point here, the CCI that we caught, it's just shy of 18 inches there. So stay tuned to the end of the video. I'll get you expanded diameter and retained weight. But there's that jacketed hollow point, and that's part of the reason it penetrates so far, because it expands pretty good, but it's not like massively wide expansion. So like I said, I'm assuming from longer barrels, it would roll down more and be wider, which would just drastically increase this damage here, and then you would have some reduced penetration depending on how far it mushroomed out. But I'm just blown away by the performance from a 3-inch barrel. I honestly didn't even expect them to expand, especially being cheap, like 50 cents a shot, 60 cents a shot. But let me throw that denim up there, see if it still expands through the denim. Take one of each again. I don't think the denim is really going to do anything to that soft point, but you never know. And I basically just come in the same spots, but a little bit lower here. All right, so we'll do the Federal first this time, since we're still on the Federal side, and then on the left to do the CCI again. All right, let's see what we got this time. Entry for each. Entry. So the Federal, right off the bat, I seen it still just went all the way through. You can see it there. And wow, look how much damage it's still doing back here in that back block. And you see this little bit of arc here? It tumbled, that's why. So we drug in denim, and it must have had some denim caught on it, because right here it started shedding it. The trajectory went down. Looks like you might actually be able to see the skid mark right there where it hit the wood. And so it's probably, you can see there's the other one. Still decent, but it definitely seems like the second shot through the denim's doing more damage at this point. And I think it's because it started to yaw or tumble, and so it started shedding that denim it was dragging in because of that, because it turned. And then yeah, that's definitely a little skid mark there. It's not deep though, so I mean, there's really nothing there other than the lead mark. So I believe that also means it just barely yawed. It didn't even completely flip, because if it left a lead mark, that would have been the tip of the bullet on the front. But so not a whole lot of power left at this point, because it did not dig a chunk of wood out. I'm freezing my butt off, but I'll look and see if I can find it real quick. But it probably bounced and went clear up in there somewhere. Now let's see on this hollow point. I'm real interested if we got expansion and it stopped. And no. So through the denim, at least out of that 3-inch barrel, those do not expand. You see that track right there. So you can see far less damage here. It's only like this instead of like that. You know, denim compared to the bare gel there. And it arced down too, started to yaw, shed a bunch of the denim material, and it went straight out. But I'm still going to say that was from the Federal, considering it was on that side. And I don't really see a mark. It went down and then it looks like it leveled out, so it just is across the table. Let me look real quick, see if I can find any fresh bullets back there. Alright, well, I was clear up on that hill looking around. Unfortunately, I could not spot either of those. They're probably flung clear up in the leaves up in there or something. But I'll get you guys a retained weight and expanded diameter real quick on the jacketed hollow point that we did capture through the bear there. 157, and those are supposed to be 158 grain, so pretty much 100% weight retention there. And then expanded diameter 0.542, so 54 caliber. But yeah, there's our results there. So unfortunately, it did not expand through the 4 layers of denim. Love it or hate it. I know a lot of people hate that test. Personally, I love it because it's a good, it's like worst case scenario, you know. And honestly, you know, if you're having to shoot big dangerous animals that are trying to chew on you, typically their hides are pretty thick, so you would probably want something that does what you want it to do through 4 layers of denim. Now, you might not go with an expanding hollow point on something like that, like say black bear or whatever, but it is what it is. That's twice now. Again, once was off camera after the review video of that. Expanded both times, no issues through the bare gel, and it looked pretty much the same. Got pretty much the same penetration depth and all that, but at least through this 3-inch barrel at the velocities I'm getting. Again, check out the review video linked in the description on that Taurus 605 there. No expansion through the denim. I'm thinking now through a longer barrel, 5 or 6 inch, you're going to probably pick up 200 feet a second, 150 at least, and then it would probably expand through the denim. Wouldn't know without testing it, but yeah, that's our results today with this 3-inch, and I can't wait to get a lever gun to start doing 357 mag tests. And I'm going to have some upcoming 357 SIG versus 357 mag tests as well. But all the products I use to make these videos, my chronometer caliper down there, little scale, chronograph, even the Ballistic gelatin, and way more linked in the description. And for things I cannot link to on YouTube, check out my campsite page, which is also linked in the description. But thanks for stopping by and checking this one out today, guys. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned, because I might eventually have 357 Magnum and 44 mag gel test playlist, but this is the first one so far. But again, thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you on the next one.